Hey guys, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys, and in today's video I want to share about the Bible verses that I cling on to during a season of waiting or a season of claiming healing. So in my previous video I shared a really solemn announcement that I have been going through breast cancer treatment, and naturally I do feel like I need a lot of time with the Lord, and I dug very deep into the Bible, and in fact I have an entire notebook of Bible verses. As you can see, they are handwritten with my terrible handwriting. The Bible verses that sort of I really want to take hold of, and I will say that the Bible is full of amazing Bible verses to claim, but we need to take hold of it. We can't just sort of glance through it and go like, great, it's there. We actually need to, I don't know, like maybe for you it might mean writing it down in a notebook. The act of writing itself, just making, letting the words seep deeper into our hearts. And maybe it is reading them aloud and speaking into our spirit. And maybe it is memorizing it. Maybe it is claiming it every day. And I have been doing a mixture of all of the above that I talked about. And I want to thank a good friend of mine, Joshua, who basically texted me one day when I told him that I am going through cancer treatments. And he said, Sandra, are you claiming God's word aloud every day? And I was like, gee, I really should. So that's also why I just dug out a notebook that I had and decided to write all the Bible verses in there. So I've got lots of verses. It's pretty much like half of the notebook is filled with verses at this point, and I am still collecting them. So there are a lot. Now I wouldn't want to share all of them in this video because it would get too long and too boring, but I do want to share perhaps the 5 most impactful ones that I am claiming for this season of my life. And if you are going through also a season of wanting healing or a season of waiting, whether it's waiting for a life partner, waiting for a baby, another baby, or waiting for anything else in your life, or someone who's going through this kind of a season that's kind of like a struggle, please share this video with them. So I'm going to go ahead and share my first verse. Oh, and also I wanted to let you know that this is something I learned from a pastor in our church in KL, SIB KL, Pastor Lee Chu. She encourages us to just take hold of the Bible verses really awesomely, and she encourages us to sort of rephrase the Bible verse in a way that speaks to our situation. So these verses that you hear, they might be a bit different from the Bible's original version. I might have reworded some things to claim it for myself. So instead of like, the Lord will heal him, I will change it to the Lord will heal me. And so it's kind of like a little bit more personalized, but it's still, the content of the Bible verse is still very much the same. The first verse I want to share with everybody is James 1, 2-4. So James chapter 1, verses 2-4. Is my life full of difficulties and temptations? Then be happy, for when the way is rough, my patience has a chance to grow. So let it grow, and don't try to squirm out of my problems. For when my patience is finally in full bloom, then I will be ready for anything, strong in character, full and complete. Lots of things to really dive deep about in this verse, but what really stands out for me is the fact that when the way is rough, my patience has a chance to grow. So God really is trying to grow our patience. And also the beautiful fruit of having our patience growing to full bloom is that we will be ready for anything. And I don't even know what that really entails. I guess we don't know what anything is, but God knows, and God is preparing us for it. We will be strong in character, and we will be full and complete. And I thought that's just amazing. It's something that I want to be. I want to be ready for anything. I want to be full and complete, whatever that means. And I think God knows what He's doing, and He is guiding us through this difficult season in our lives to bring us to that beautiful end. The second verse is from Psalm 34, 19-20. And it says, "The good man does not escape all troubles. He has them too. But the Lord helps him in each and every one. Not one of his bones is broken." And that is really cool because the Bible kind of has a disclaimer that, hey, being a believer doesn't spare you from troubles. We will still have them as believers, as the children of God. But look, it says that the Lord helps us in each of these troubles, and not one of our bones will be broken. And I don't think that necessarily is a literal guarantee, but I do believe it is that God will protect us ultimately as we walk through the valley. So that's something I'm really claiming every day. The next verse is Psalm 103, verses 1 to 5. "I bless the holy name of God with all my heart. Yes, I will bless the Lord and not forget the glorious things he does for me. He forgives all my sins. He heals me. He ransoms me from hell. He surrounds me with loving kindness and tender mercies. He fills my life with good things. My youth is renewed like the eagles." So there are a lot of sentences in here, but what has been ministering to me is the fact that it starts with declaring, "I bless the holy name of God with all my heart." And even as if that's not enough, it says, "Yes, I will bless the Lord." So it's a decision to make, and it's a difficult decision because we're going through a tough time. So it's not like we could naturally just bless the Lord happily. We might have to be choosing to bless the Lord in a very intentional way. But I think in doing so, there is like a healing that happens in that process. He forgives all my sins. He heals me. So that's the healing declaration in there. He ransoms me from hell. And I will say that some of the side effects I go through from chemotherapy has been hellish. It's not fun. It's painful. It's annoying. It's inconvenient. It's miserable. And I mean, there are just countless times when I just cry in bed because I'm the only one who feels the pain I'm going through. Even though I have tons of support from family and friends, no one really walks this journey with me with the kind of side effects that I'm going through. So he ransoms me from hell. Like those words just, before I went through this, I probably wouldn't resonate with a verse like that. But now I do. He ransoms me from hell, hellish effects, hellish moments in life. He fills my life with good things. And then, it just prompts me to think about the good things that God does provide us and surround us with. And it challenges me all the time to just focus on the good things that are around us if we will only think about them. And my youth is renewed like the eagles. The next verse is Job 13:15, and that says, "Though you slay me, yet will I trust in you." And in a sense, I do sense like it feels like God is slaying me because this is a very difficult period to go through, just having to go through childbirth, delivery, and then a cancer diagnosis, a million tests to go through, like CT scans, echocardiograms, just so many things to do, and then chemotherapy, lots and lots of health appointments and doctor visits, hospital visits. It was a really, really tough few months. It continues to be because I'm still in the midst of treatment. I still have more things to do for the rest of this year. But, though God slays me, yet will I trust in you. And this is a very difficult thing, but if I don't trust in God, who else do I trust in? And why would I want to put my trust in anything else if God is the God of gods and the King of kings? And so it's a very conscious decision that I am making. And I will encourage you, if you're finding it hard to trust in God, put your trust in Him because He is the best. He knows what best happens in our lives, and He is the God of miracles, and we can trust in Him. Proverbs 3:5-6 is another one to claim if you find it hard to trust Him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. So go check that verse out if you haven't already. And finally, another verse that I am claiming. I mean, seriously, there's so many in this notebook, but I'm just picking the most impactful ones. I think this would be the last one I share. And it is from Hebrews 12, verse 1. Let me strip off anything that slows me down or holds me back, and especially those sins that wrap themselves so tightly around my feet and trip me up. Let me run with patience, or in some translations, let me run with perseverance, the particular race that God has set before me. And I think what really jumps out at me is the analogy of a race. It's like we all have an individual racetrack in our lives, and God has designed that racetrack for each of us. And this is my particular racetrack. My racetrack entails treatment for cancer and other kinds of difficulties along with that. And it encourages me to just run with patience, run with perseverance, this particular race that just nature has set for me? No, it's no mistake that God has set before me. So God designs this journey that I am supposed to go through, that you and I are supposed to go through in our individual lives. And I just want to encourage you that you can think of your difficult season as just a race, and we are running, and of course it gets tiring, but you know, after having a rest and God just replenishing our energies, God's able to just give us the fuel to just keep running. So these are the Bible verses that I have shared. Now, if you can just look at the description box below, I will have those verses and their references in there as well. So really hope that this video serves to encourage you and help you and I just go through this difficult time together. And let me know in the comment section below just what you got out of this video, and stay tuned for more videos as I answer worship keyboard questions and share more personal stuff. If you want to know more about them, like what I'm going through for my treatment or status updates, leave them in the comments below to let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.